Good morning. Happy Monday. Oh, awesome. We're live. Just do my little things in the background here real quick while I wait for most people to join. And there we go. I'm all done. How's everybody doing today? I'm gonna get real close here. You guys can look at my skin. Okay. Hi. How's everybody doing on Monday? Good morning. I don't see any comments yet. I see hearts. Can someone type in a little comment so I can see if it's working? If not, I might have to change my setup. Good morning, Jessica. Thank you. Did everybody have a good Easter? Or a good Sunday? If you don't celebrate Easter, not everybody does. That's good. That's fine. We had a lot of fun here in West Sacramento. The Easter Bunny came around on a truck with music. I danced out on the sidewalk. I didn't care. I had my own little private dance party. And then we had snow cones. The snow cone guy came out. We all practiced our social distancing, so no one got close. That was pretty great. And then I just spent a lot of time in the yard. It was a beautiful day. Oh, welcome, first timer. Hope you enjoy it. Hope your kids like it and you keep coming back. Thank you. I did it a little pinker. We can't go to our hair salons right now, so I had to do it myself. Did you guys get Easter baskets? What's your favorite thing in your Easter basket? I really like Reese's eggs. If I could have an entire basket of just Reese's eggs, that's what I would want. So today is Monday. It is our Mascot Mondays. We do mascots every Monday. And today we are doing a coyote. And the two schools I'm aware of are Dex, Delta Elementary, and George Y. Is it Comwe in Stockton. I'm probably butchering that name. I'm really sorry. So hopefully some of you are here today. We'll do a different mascot every Monday. And then this week, we're just doing all kinds of fun drawings. I watched Onward yesterday, and so I kind of want to do a drawing for Onward. That was a really cute movie. So we'll either draw one of the characters, or we've had a lot of requests for cars, so we may draw the van. The van could be kind of fun. Could be kind of tricky, though. But, yeah, and did you guys know, if you've seen that movie, there is a man in San Francisco who has that van. The whole thing. His license plate says Unicorn. Pretty cool. Los Coyotes in Westminster. There's probably coyotes all over the place. And yes, we will do all of the mascots. So I have, look, there's another coyote, Sierra View Elementary in Oakdale. We have people all over the place. So I bet there's a bunch of people in here who go to different schools that do coyotes. So yes, I think we will do something from Onward. That was very cute. We'll do that this week. Tomorrow we're doing something like ocean related. I already know that. So yeah, I'm excited for the week. See what drawings. I don't always decide way in advance what I'm drawing, but you'll always at least know the night before. So are you guys ready to see what we're drawing today? Now, let me tell you, this drawing of a coyote can easily be turned into a drawing of a wolf. When you're doing a coyote cartoon-ish drawing, coyotes and wolves look very similar. And I noticed this because when I first drew this, I immediately colored him in gray, dark gray, and white. And then I looked at it, it kept bothering me, and I kept thinking, why does that not look right to me? And I realized, oh my gosh, it's making it look like a wolf. So I changed it to brown, and then it works. So if you want to make yours look more like a wolf, because they both kind of howl up at the moon, you could just change the coloring of yours. I went ahead and did it in brown so it looked like a coyote. We're going to play a little bit with creating what looks like a shadow on the page. So that's what this is. You're like seeing his shadow. But that is going to be our drawing. You're going to need white paper. Like always, you need a pencil, a black pen or crayon to outline, and then you need colors. And I went ahead and picked out colors I will be using: blue for the eye, brown and black, dark brown and black for my shadow, the coyote color, a little pink for the ears, and yellow for the moon. And of course, you can add in as much as you like in the background. Remember, if I'm blurry or I'm freezing up, it's just a Facebook thing, or it's an internet connection thing. It's like, has anyone tried to, stream a movie, and then the movie all of a sudden gets blurry, and it's not the movie, it's just the connection issue. So if you keep having trouble, then I would suggest coming back and watching the video when it's not live. And that will fix it. Or you can just stick around and watch, and a lot of times it gets better during. But, some days it's just really busy. Everybody's on the internet, bogging it down, and it makes it a little bit blurry for people. What about a seahorse or a sea turtle tomorrow? What if we were doing both a seahorse and a sea turtle tomorrow? Because that's actually what we're doing tomorrow. A seahorse and a sea turtle. So good guess there. So I'm going to put this aside and let's go ahead and start with our coyote drawing. So I'm going to start with the head, which is going to be like that teardrop shape. So I'm going to start it at a point, come out and around, and then back to the point. And if you don't meet the point, it's okay, just connect it. We're going to erase some of that anyway. So that's the start of the face of the coyote. Sorry, I have a little bit of like a throat thing going on this morning. My voice hasn't woken up yet. Now we'll add in an ear. So curving slightly off of towards the back of the head, because we're making him look like he's looking up. We're going to do a triangle shape and then come back. Just like that. Now, if you want your ear to be more rounded, you can go right inside of this tip and just do a little curve inside. See how I did that? And then you would just erase this little top portion. Which I'm going to do. So he has just a slight curve to his ear. And now doing the ear in the back, you're going to repeat the same shape, but you're having it start about halfway up this ear, coming up, and then back down to the head. If I was drawing a mouse, I would actually start the same similar way. So it's funny sometimes when you start drawing drawings, you'll start noticing little patterns and how you can adjust them to make them the animal. This line right here will end up going away, and I'm going to erase it because I'm going to put something else in that place. Now the nose is right down here on the tip, and I'm going to do a triangle with a curved top. So curved top here, and then come down into the triangle. And I'm going to have it end right here at the bottom line, and then curve up. You're welcome for doing Delta Elementary Charter. I have a soft spot in my heart for that school. My son used to go there also. And for the mouth, I'm going to actually add a little line that comes out. See that? So this is the mouth, the open mouth where he's saying, "Oh," howling at the moon. And then you can curve this line back into the face and just have it meet it wherever it makes sense. And then you'll erase the original face line. Just like that. Remember, if you're having connection issues or blurry issues, instead of doing all of the crying faces or the angry faces, you can always just come back to the video later and I promise it'll work for you. And then I'm going to give my coyote a tiny little tooth here at the bottom. So I'm just doing a little triangle inside his mouth at the very bottom. Just like that. Well, it's for anybody who wants to draw it. Kids or adults. And also, if you're struggling with it, if you're finding it hard, then sometimes it's really good to come back and do it when it's not live, because then you can pause it. So whenever you need extra moment, extra time on something, you can pause it. I'm going to finish off his ear. So remember how I said I was going to add a line here? I'm actually going to put almost the same line, but it's going to be a little bit straighter. And it's not going to touch the sides. It's just going to be in the middle. Just like that. And then I'll add, that's the same shape as the outside. I'm going to make the inside of the ear. So just following the shape of the outside of the ear, I'm doing a little triangle inside for the inside. And then you can do the same thing on the back ear. The back ear, you just don't have to draw that bottom line, because it's just going to touch into the coyote's head. So just like that. Give everybody a little bit to catch up. Get their shape right. Now let's start in on the body. The body's going to, I had a quick little connection issue right there. So if I go away, I'll come right back. It was very fast, less than 2 seconds. So for the body, down here towards the bottom of the head, because again, I want him to look like he's really looking up at the moon, I'm going to do a curved line for his back. And I made him pretty close to the page, so I'm going to have to make his tail really dramatically going up so I make it work. And then from this curved line, we'll start his back leg. So his back leg, just do a line going forward. It's really not that realistic once you get going. I mean, you can see it has like a very cartoonish look to it. And then this part we did forward, we're just going to do a circle shape curving back for that back foot, that back paw. And so we know this is part of his leg. We need to do this circle shape for his leg, like his hip. So you can do it starting right here at this point. Do a circle, an arch going up, and then do an arch coming back down. And now you have that back leg. I'll give you just a little bit of time before I go on to the next piece. So I already know when you're visualizing this that you're going to put a leg, you're going to have another leg right here, 2 front legs, and I'm going to build them off of his chest. So for his chest, just do a circular line coming out. Just like so. And we'll add little details into his feet. Of course, we'll give him a face. He has no face right now. And now this front leg, this is the leg closest to us. It's going to start here a little bit higher in his body and come down towards the back leg. And it'll stop around where we started this circular part here is where you're going to stop this line for the front leg, because we're going to do that front paw. So you're going to do another little circle shape, little curved line, and then a line connecting the paws. And then you can have this leg line coming up, and you can give them, if you look at my first drawing I did, the front line, that leg line went into the back leg. Since that didn't happen here, I can do one of two things. I can make this back leg line longer, come out, and make it bigger so it does connect. So that's one option. Or I can put a little curved line just in between, and that gives the coyote a belly. So it's up to you. You can either make your back leg line longer, and now this front leg goes right into that back leg, and then you would just end up erasing this first line you made. Or you can just give him a little belly. I'm not a professional, I'm just someone who's been drawing for a really long time. So again, I'll give you a little moment here, but if you find I'm always going too fast, then you can watch the video in full at first, or you can always wait till it posts in full and then watch it and pause it whenever you need to. if you need more time to work on certain shapes. I do a lot of these drawings now in like private parties, and when I'm doing private parties, I can see videos of all the people drawing, and you'd be amazed at how many times I think I need to pause, and half the group is still drawing and the other half of the group is done. Sometimes when I'm done drawing, there's already people who are finished coloring, and they're 8, 9, 10 years old. So everyone kind of has their different speed that they go at. I know I watch a lot of videos myself, and you know, sometimes I like when I can pause them also when they aren't live. The front leg will be a lot easier, or the back leg, I'm sorry, the second leg, the one that lives behind the body or on the back side of the body, because you're really just going to follow this same shape you've already made. So like here, these shapes are similar, but they're different. Where now, when you make that last leg, you're just following this same shape. So I'm doing a line starting at the body instead of going in, because I'm seeing it from the back. So it's going to be a line coming down, ending close to where the other one did, and then a paw coming around and back in. So same shape mirrored just behind. And then so you know they are feet, you can add little lines at the bottom. I did 2 for 3 toes. This one I'll just fit 1 in because we're only seeing part of it, so we're going to assume the others live behind. And then I'll do 3 back here for the back feet, or 2 to give 3. So now it has the little details on his feet. We're also going to add some hair detail in here, but you don't have to make that for your coyote. So if you want this smooth look, you can keep it just like that. Or I'm going to go back in and do these little triangles to make it look like it has some hair hanging in. But that's kind of up to you, because sometimes you will see coyotes have more of that really smooth look to them. So you can play around with how your coyote looks. Another popular thing in coyote drawings is to have the outline like we've just done. We just need to add the tail. And then you'll see it colored all black. And then the background will be light and bright, as if you're looking at just the shadow. You're looking at just the silhouette of the coyote. So that's another cool way that you see coyotes. And then you don't have to put a face or anything, because you would literally just color in your entire coyote black, and then you would do your background almost like it's like sunset, like you would do kind of a bright colors in the background. That's another fun option. Now for the tail, I'm going to have it starting from the bottom of the body and curving up. I'm going to go to the edge of my paper because I got really close here. And then it'll curve around slightly at the top and then come back down into the body, just like that. And I'll also add some kind of hair details in here too once I get to that point. And I'm going to make him sitting on a little hill. So just doing a line off of each side. How many people that are here have a coyote as their mascot? So you can just reply with, I do. It sounds like we have from lots of different areas too, lots of different schools. Now for the moon, you can do, oh, you have coyotes outside at night. See, you're the person that we need to do a coyote sound. I have family and they have coyotes. You can hear them, and I love listening to the coyotes. Lots of people replying, I do. Maybe the angry faces mean you don't. That's fine. We'll probably do your mascot soon anyway. If we have one every Monday. So for our moon, you can make the moon however you like. You can do a full moon and do a big circle, or you can do a partial moon. Sometimes it's hard to just draw the partial moon. So if you're going straight into a partial moon, you would have a curved line, and then you'd have a line connecting on the back. And I know I went really fast for that. So that's a way to do it. Sometimes that shape will end up really kind of wonky. It's like one of my favorite words. So the way that I'm going to do it here is I'm going to start with a circle. And my circle even looks a little bit wonky. So I'm just going to keep bringing, remember how I just work off of the line I made until it's the shape I want it to be? Oh, your hockey team is coyotes. So now that I have the circle in there that I like, I'm going to erase this little mistake line I made. Or I'm going to call it a circle building line, because I don't even think it was a mistake. I was just using it to help build my circle. So you can keep it this full moon, or now you can cut the shape. So you can do a curved line inside of this shape wherever you want. And then you can erase that outside line. And sometimes that's an easier way to give yourself that moon shape. You can do a real skinny one for those really little thin moons. You can kind of play around with how you want that moon shape. But that's sometimes people find it's easier to take the circle and then cut your circle than it is to actually just freehand this shape. Now we have our moon. I'm excited to see what you do. I'm sure some of you are going to give a real full moon. Maybe you don't want a moon at all, and yours is daytime, and you have, flowers and birds in the sky. Your ears look like crocodiles. That's fine. It'll make the coyote look really cute, I bet. Now let's give our coyote an eye. So we've done a lot of different eye shapes here. We've done, circle eyes, oval eyes. We haven't really done any triangle eyes. We'll have to save those for our robot day. But for this eye, I'm going to start with a curved line just down from the ears, just like that. Now, you could keep the eye just like this, and he could have his eye closed, and be howling at the moon. And you could even do some little like lash lines coming down. I know you can't see that very well, but you could do these little tiny lines so it looked like a closed eye. I'm going to do a hot dog shape up here above that line. So just the tip of the hot dog. I'll do a little eyebrow off the back because again he's looking up. I'm going to erase those little lashes that I gave since I'm not doing a closed eye. And then inside of this, I'm going to draw a slightly curved line that follows this shape right here. So coming from the bottom or from the top, doesn't matter where you start, I'm going to follow it, curve it, and end it up at the top, just like that. And in about a week, you guys, I have a board that's coming that I can draw like this. So I'll be able to draw for you guys closer to the camera. So it'll be a little bit more zoomed in, which will be nice. Now I'm going to do one more line inside of this eye, and I'm going to do a curved line just capping off the top of the eye. And then that circle of light, I'm going to put it up here in the corner, because by putting it in this corner, it makes it look like the eye is looking up. If I put it down here, it makes it look more like it's looking down. Where you put that little circle of light can alter how your eye is drawing. I'm not sure exactly who taught me to draw. There's a woman in the group. You'll see a comment. She said Crescent Moon, and her name says Linda Severson Adams. That is my mom. And my mom is an excellent drawer, an excellent artist, crafter. So I'm sure I watched her draw a lot. I know my handwriting is because of my mom. My mom has the most beautiful handwriting, and I always tried to imitate her handwriting. So I'm sure my mommy has a lot to do with it. Thanks, Mom. My mom lives in Florida, so she comes here and draws with us most every day or watches the video. She and my grandma do. I'll have to share the picture of my grandma drawing. It's pretty cute. So now our coyote is really done, and now you get to play around with if you want to keep it just like this, or you want to add some hair into him. So I'm going to add a little bit of hair. So here's how I'm going to do that. I'm going to use this existing line that I have here for the head. I'm just kind of adding hair to the back. And I'm just going to add little kind of pointy triangle shapes of different sizes. So I'm going to start from this line here and come off of it and draw a little triangle. See how I did that? And then from where I finished this one, I'm going to do another one a little bit longer. And then do that again. And then do it again. And then maybe one more. And then I'll come back up into my face line. And then I'll erase this line right here. And now he has fur. So you're just adding triangles off of an existing line to give yourself what looks like fur. I'm going to do a chest line. And when I do that line, I'm going to go ahead and make these lines. So I'm going to do a line down, a little triangle shape, down, another little point, and then down. And now I've done chest with a little fur line. Well, thank you. Carrie, how old are you today? Is your name Carrie? Or is Carrie your mom? I think you said it was your birthday. Now I'm going to do the same with my tail, but I don't have tons of room because I drew myself right into the page. So I'm going to do the little triangle shapes on the inside. So I'm going to come in. Usually I build them off the outside, but I don't have the space to. And then touch the line, and then come in, and then touch the line, and I'll do one more. And so now I'm just going to erase these little tiny lines in between those triangle shapes. And that gave him a hairy tail. And I'm going to do a line in the tail from one of these points up. So I'll do the tail 2 different colors, or 2 different shades of the same color. So 9. So I bet when I look at your drawing today, I'm going to think it's really good. And you have well over 30 years to go till you're my age. And by the time you get to my age, if you keep drawing like this, you'll probably be better than me. There are people who are drawing in our page who are far better than I am. Just comes with practice. We have not done butterflies yet. It's on our list. I'm going to do a line in his face too, just to do 2 shades. So coming from his nose, right in the corner where his nose is, I'm just going to kind of do a curved line going back to the hair. Just like that. And that is my finished coyote. Now I just have to do, excuse me, all the outline work. So when you do the outline, now is when you're just going to focus on the lines you want to keep. So if you didn't erase during the drawing, if you left all your little guidelines on there, just skip them when you're drawing. So for example, we did a lot building off of the nose. So I'm not putting any of those lines there, and instead I'm just drawing a nose. That mouth coming in and back out. And then this line is going to come all the way back down into those triangles on the face. And then I'll do the triangles up here. Just like that. So now I don't have that curved line anymore that I originally did. I just went straight into those hairlines. But if you didn't add the hairlines, then you could just draw that curved shape. And then let's do this line that comes back this way. And I didn't put it right on top of the pencil, but that's okay, because I'm just going to go and erase that at the end anyway. And an eye We do have Marvel characters on our list, so we will be doing one of those, or multiple of them. There are a lot of Marvel characters. And I'm just going in and adding all those little details in the face, outlining the inside of the ears. Give that little tooth. You could do more than one tooth. You could do teeth. I'll do my crescent shape. The chest line, which is going to end at this front line. The back line will come off of it, the back leg line. Add in the chest hair, the fur. And those feet with the little toe lines. Let's get the back foot in. And his back. Now I'm going to stop where his tail is. So see, I had a line there, and I'm actually just going to draw straight into his tail. It's fine if you do put the line there. On my original drawing I did. But this time I'm just going to make his tail kind of cohesive with his body. So see here, I'm going to have, once I erase this, I'm going to have no line. Here, I did a line. So it works both ways. Both of them work. And then I almost forgot those toes. And the line off of his back. And now I am ready to erase. So remember, when you're done with your drawing today, I would love to see it. If you are new, we share the art on the page. There's two ways to do it. One is we do have an album that will be called Coyote, and you can put it directly into the album. If you're on a phone, there are these little gray bubbles below the member area. And if you scroll them to the left, one of them says albums, and you click on that and you'll see Coyote. Or you can just put it right on to the group page too, and people can see it that way. So just know too, if you want to go back and you want to look at drawings, there's two ways to do it. There's two places that drawings live. One is inside of albums, and one is inside of the one that just says photos. So if you've put your artwork directly into an album, it's going to show up in albums. If you put your artwork directly on the page, it's going to show up in photos. Those are the two ways. So there we go. My coyote is finished. I'm going to go ahead and color the nose in with the black pen. I do that a lot. Instead of using a pencil, I just go straight into pen for the eye and the nose, or any other little detail that it might have that's going to be black. And just leaving that little circle of light in that corner. And now you can really see. See how that having that in that back corner makes him look like he's looking up at the moon. Howling at the moon. Now I'll come in with my colors and I'm gonna do the ears, the inside of the ear pink. And remember, you can pick any color you want for this. And like I said earlier, if you didn't start at the beginning with me, one way to make this look more like a wolf instead of a coyote is to color it gray and white. Kind of gives it more of that wolf look. So I'll do that first. I always do my small areas of coloring first, just to kind of get them out of the way, and then I go back in with the main color. So like there's going to be a lot of brown in here, but I'm just starting with the smaller colored areas. And I'll color my moon going along those edge lines first, which gives you an outline, and then it's easier. Then you can color faster in between, and this is what helps you stay inside the lines. If you follow just along the edge first, then you can quickly color between those edge lines, and now it's easier to stay inside the lines. Just like so. And then I'm going to get my kind of lighter brown, and I'm going to do his chest, the bottom of his face, and the tip of his tail darker, and then I'm going to do this part lighter. So I'm going to just start in here, going along the edges, and with pencil or with crayon, the way you change, go a lighter and a darker shade is just by how hard you're pushing on the paper. But if you're doing it in pen and you want, two different colors, you're going to have to find two complementary colors of pens and do it that way. Because pen just looks like pen on paper. You can't really make it lighter by just touching lighter. It's just a different kind of tool. So again, I went all along the edges, and now I can go faster in between those edges. It would be cool too to color this background in like a really, really dark blue. That would make him really pop on the page, make him really stand out. So if you want to keep going, you can. That's an idea. And now I'm going to do this area darker. So same thing, just going right along those lines. And then I can go faster. And then we'll do the tip of the tail darker also. So I know a lot of you are going to start some like distance learning this week. A lot of schools are starting that. The schedule for me is going to stay the same. So if I happen to be at the same time of, your distance learning with your teacher, then just come back and you can do the videos when they're not live and just join me on the days that you can when they're live. So I'm going to keep going. I'm not going to change or alter my schedule at all because we've been doing it for so long. I don't want to mess it around, and everybody's school is going to be different and everybody's going to be doing it at different times. So just remember, you can always come and watch these when they're not live. They're always posted in the daily drawings topic. And then that still gives you some art every day. I think it's fun to have art daily, an area where you can be a little more creative. And if you're doing them when they're not live, it's a little less pressured. You're not worrying about keeping up the pace with me. Kind of lets you go at your own speed. And I'm going to trace. So I'm just doing this lighter color again by pushing lighter with my pencil than I did on those areas I decided to make darker. And if you were doing that with pen, you just pick 2 different colors. Pencils, you can do it the same way. I mean, crayons. Crayons, you can do it the same way. Just a light touch and a dark, heavy touch will give you different shades. And then come along this back line. Hi, Christy. I think I'm going to do another fast motion drawing this week too. I don't know which one. It won't be for tomorrow. That drawing's actually already done. The preview, but for those who are new here, in one other time I posted a video where I filmed myself going really I filmed myself and then I made it fast so you could watch me draw the whole thing in like 30 seconds. I'm going to do one of those this week. Maybe on the day that I do the onward drawing. I really think I want to draw the van. I just really love that van. And I think we can make it simple. The hardest part's going to be the unicorn. But then you guys get to draw a unicorn again, and so many of you loved the unicorn drawing. What are we drawing tomorrow? Tomorrow we are doing a sea turtle with a seahorse. So both items will be on the page. It's one of those rare occasions where you're going to get 2 drawings out of me. Both are pretty simple drawings, so that's why I did them both, added 2. But if you wanted to just do the sea turtle, you could just focus on that. Or if you wanted to just do the seahorse, you could just focus on that. So you don't have to draw both, but I'm going to instruct on how to draw both the seahorse and the sea turtle. Okay, now that I have my, I have a little bit of pencil in my eye, so I'm just going to erase that. Now that I have my coyote kind of down on the page, I'm going to get myself kind of a light green that I'm just going to add a little bit into the bottom here. I never color these solid. Mostly too because the amount of time it would take me, you guys would be asleep. We'd be at next day's drawing by now. And I'm going to show you. So So I'm just adding little color in, little color in. Okay, so now I'm going to kind of make it look like it's creating a shadow. So if it was shadowing, it would be shadowing at this angle. We would be coming from the coyote and going this way. So starting at the foot of the coyote, I'm just going to add color coming back at an angle. Getting more narrow towards the end because he gets more narrow towards his head. So I'm not doing, it's not exact, but it does end up giving a shadow effect. So I just had a quick reconnect error. So if I went black for a minute, I should be right back. If I paused, and now that I have the shape and I like it, I'm going to go back over the top of it with some black too, to really give it that shadow look. So the brown just kind of gives it that look like it's like kind of reflecting the color of the coyote onto the ground. And then the black will really give it a shadow. And again, not coloring it solid, not really worrying about the edge shapes, just adding this shape back. And now it looks like he's in a shadow, or he's creating a shadow. And so that's the end of my drawing today. I'm going to write my name on the paper and my age and where I'm from. And there is our Mascot Monday coyote. So thank you to all of the schools who have coyotes, who showed up today and shared it today. I'll leave this a little bit so you guys can finish looking at it if you're still drawing or coloring. We do have a couple birthdays. We have Navia, I hope I'm saying your name correctly, Max, and Carrie. So happy birthday. I hope you do something wonderful to celebrate and find a way to make it special for you. Happy Monday. Happy learning day tomorrow. Tomorrow, again, a lot of you are going to start doing remote learning. So I know here in this house, we're excited to see what that looks like. My son's excited to see his teacher. And tomorrow we will be drawing a sea turtle with a seahorse. Don't forget to post your drawings. You can post them directly on the page, or you can post them in the album Mark Coyote. If you want to follow me on Instagram, Draw with Stacy, Stacy with an E. You can follow me there and you can share your art there as well. And if you do it in your story and tag me, I will reshare it with everybody. So thank you very much. I hope you have a wonderful Monday, and we will see you tomorrow.